think from the beginning, we really wanted to hear from people in the community, everyday riders who've been biking in Lincoln for a long time. Their stories show how bikes become part of life, not just transportation. Action.
All right. I got it as a wedding present, kind of, from Karis's dad, my daughter's father, instead of a ring. It was, we did a ton of biking and I was borrowing a bike to go biking with him and decided that I would like my own bike instead of a ring. It's a smaller size bike, so for the size of the wheels, the frame is actually a little bit smaller, which works for my body type. It's easier to ride. I feel very attached to it, super attached. Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone so far as to give it a name, which is unusual because I name everything, but I'm disinclined to replace it. I have no desire for a different bike, even a nicer one. I got another bike with disc brakes, all the goodies, and I found it to be frustrating to ride and went back to my old bike. Well, in Lincoln, I use it all the time. Figured out a ride from here to Rocaberry Farm that's exactly 22 miles round trip. And it ended up being my go-to bike ride. So I would come home from work and grab my bike and go do my workout. I go in there. So tons of time outside. Sometimes I would ride to work just to get the exercise a different way and explore some different paths. As it would start to get cooler, I'd put it on a trainer and ride it on the porch all through the winter. I feel like the path riding is getting bigger. There's definitely events. There's more events than there were when we first moved here, and there's a lot more activity on the paths. But I would say that the city riding has actually gotten harder. So getting downtown, I feel like the bike lanes are very confusing on certain streets. They're on one side, one street, they're in the middle on another street, and they're hard to navigate. We had a couple extra bikes that we bought when we first moved here, and we donated them to the Lincoln Bike Kitchen. I think it's actually more cost effective to repair a decent bike. It doesn't even have to be the best bike, but I think unless you're buying an extremely expensive bike, I think cheap replacement bikes are cheap and they don't last very long. And they don't ride very well. So if getting repairs and getting coaching or teaching on how to do them myself was accessible and easy, I would. Yeah. Sometimes I think if I had more access to that stuff, I'd probably use my bike more to get to work. Like I can't afford to not get to work. So there's times where I'm like, oh, I can't change a tire as fast as maybe someone else I know could. So I might opt to drive instead, just because I can't really risk it. But if I had some skills and some confidence or competence in that way, I might actually use it more. I mean, thinking about the bike kitchen, if I could ride my bike over and get some quick help on some repairs, I would do it in a heartbeat.